Hi, my name is Warren Kirsenbaum, and I'm the CEO of the Cherrytree Group. I started the Cherrytree Group because I wanted to bring a bunch of services under one umbrella. What I'd noticed was that there were brokers in the tax credit market, there were consultants in the tax credit market, and then there were the professionals like attorneys that were used to close the transactions. And I figured that we could couple these services in-house and be able to get a transaction to closing for a client by doing the consulting and the brokerage and the paperwork. Back in 2011, the Cherrytree Group was doing just state tax credits, primarily the brownfields tax credit. And what that is a tax credit for cleanup of contaminated soils and groundwater. That was the core of our business between 2012 and 2015. By 2015, I realized that we had to have another line of business in order to have different revenue streams and survive as a business. So we started looking into the federal tax credit marketplace in 2015 and took about 2 years researching and diving into the federal tax credit business. Ultimately, we did our first federal tax credit transaction in 2017. And what I'd come to realize at that point was that there were large syndicators out there in the marketplace, and they were catering to large institutional type investors, and the projects that they were pursuing were the much larger projects. There was a void in the marketplace for smaller projects, and developers were not receiving capital for those projects. So I realized that we could probably negotiate better terms with those developers and get therefore better returns to our investors. So we decided to focus on smaller projects, which are projects that generate 10 million and under in tax credits, which will usually be projects that are costing about $30 million in total construction costs. And we look to raise our capital from non-institutional sources, which are high net worth individuals, family offices, other developers, and so forth.
Hi, my name is Melina Ambrosino, and I'm the president of the Cherrytree Group. The Cherrytree Group was founded in 2011, and we have a very unique business. So there's two sides of our business. The first side is that we help developers identify various incentives. We work in four major areas. So the Brownfields Tax Credit, which is a tax credit program for environmentally contaminated land. Historic tax credit, which is preserving historic buildings, and we do both the state and federal side across the country. Low-income housing tax credit, which is a tax credit available to developers for building affordable housing. And then our last credit is the renewable energy tax credit, which is the 30% investment tax credit for the building of solar buildings. So panels and any type of renewable energy that you see out there. Essentially what we do is we work with developers, we identify these incentives, and we run models. Developers don't normally want the tax credits, they want to actually sell the credit. So Cherrytree Group kind of created our own market where we can sell these credits at a discount rate on the market to the investor. The beauty for these developers is that they're getting cash to fund their project. It's covering soft costs, it's covering your architect fees, it's covering your legal fees, your development costs, whatever we can do to help fund this project and bring equity in. On the flip side, our second side of the business is working with investors. So we have these investors, these high net worth individuals that are paying these large tax bills, and they're actually investing into these projects for the purpose of tax credits. So both sides of our business, the developer and the investor. And sometimes the beauty of who we are, they cross over. Our developer can become an investor. And that's been something that we've been working on, is really educating everyone who we work with that these tools and incentives are available, and they've been available for many years. What Cherrytree has modeled, though, and what we do versus anyone else, is that we created a platform to actually help the individual. So to help people like you and I, helping our families, working with CPA firms, versus these high net worth corporate institutions that have utilized these incentives for years. What Cherrytree has done is we brought it down to the individuals, and it's something that we're super proud of, that we were able to create this unique platform to allow individuals to monetize on available tax incentives.
Hi, I'm Jacob Vezga, and I'm the Vice President at the Cherrytree Group. One of the greatest strengths we have here at the Cherrytree Group, and why clients choose us to help them with their brownfields projects is our relationship with the state. Dealing with the state, there's a bit of a stigma that it's difficult and challenging, and some of that is true, but we have a great relationship with the state. They are open to communication with us. We communicate very well with them, and overall just have a good relationship. So that way we can really facilitate our clients receiving their tax credits. In addition to the relationship with the state government, internally we have a really good relationship with buyers on the other side of receiving the tax credit. We have a very organized system and buyers that we're open with all the time. So our pool remains open and we're able to turn around the sale of the credit very quickly and get that much needed cash back into the developer's hands.
One of the things that Cherrytree Groups really specializes is understanding all aspects of the tax credit in the development deals that we work on. And that even includes on the policy side and the regulating side of it. So by way of an example, recently we were really involved in getting the brownfields tax credit in Massachusetts extended, and successfully by teaming up with like-minded organizations and companies that we were really able to be a part of that process. So it's important for our clients to know that we are a part of all policy and on the regulation side of the deals that we work on. Another example is the Inflation Reduction Act, being a part of working groups and committees to help weigh in on comments and really work on that to push those regulations through, so that when those regulations are finalized, we're able to understand them, review them, and be the experts that our clients hire us. And it's one of the reasons why you come to the Cherrytree Group, is that we are the experts and we're understanding and we're a part of this, and we're doing everything we can to make the future of the tax credit programs more successful and to help our clients on both the development side and the buyer side.
Well, Cherrytree Group in another 10 years will be a continually evolving company. What I see is that we will, as we have started to do, is branch out into the development side of things. We're getting more involved right now in transactions where, in addition to raising the tax equity and being the tax credit investor, we've also had to go out and source construction debt and permanent debt for projects. And so we're thinking that we could actually be involved in the development side of things, which would really open up a new field to us and really just grow as an enterprise.
The future of Cherrytree Group is something I'm super excited about. I've watched us grow in the past 12 years, and now for the next 10 years, I say the sky's the limit for us. We recently have expressed interest in development, and we're excited that we are launching Cherrytree Group Development, and we're getting involved in projects. We got a taste of development when we actually developed and did our own project. We wanted to practice what you preach. So 287 Auburn Street, which is our home base and where our main office is, we developed that building out and got historic state and federal credits, and it was a team effort, and we found that that's what we want to do. We want to actually start developing projects. We want to develop brownfield sites and affordable housing and more historic projects, and definitely we have a huge interest in renewable energy. So what I see is that our future will be more development. I want to see our company grow. I want to see our employees grow. It's a very rewarding feeling when you watch an employee come into the office and work their way up and hit major milestones in their lives, and we have that collaboration amongst us. So I do see in the next 10 years more development, more expansion, and more success for everybody, and it's exciting. We're in a really exciting time right now structuring our business to add in that development piece. So I'm very excited for what the future holds with that.
We have created here at the Cherrytree Group what I really hope is a good work-life balance. And so we operate out of a historic building that we own and that we renovated into office space and into areas where employees can relax. And we've cultivated an atmosphere here which is quite family-like.
I think a common question that we get asked is, why choose us? And I mean, there's so many other brokers and syndicators out there, so it is a great question. And to honestly answer it is that I think that our company environment of that family office isn't just within, it spreads to our clients. At any given time, you could call me, you could text me, you can call the office, you can call any one of us, and we all know what's going on. And we give that same value to every single client that we have, is that our goal is to make sure that this process is easy for you and exciting and that it's profitable for you and your project. I think all the projects that we choose is something that we're passionate about after our due diligence and after reviewing it, and that we really do want to create an environment where a client can call us up and ask us questions and include us. Most of our clients, we know their birthdays or these major milestones, and I think that brings something. It's not just you're calling and there's a number or a robot on the other line. You're calling and you're actually talking to someone. In addition to that, I would say the skills that our staff has is impeccable, and I just don't know if that's anywhere else. I often joke every time I get a brownfields deal as I coordinate with Jake, it's an easy deal this time, and the truth is they're never easy or straightforward, but that's the thing, is that Cherrytree has always accepted challenges. I learned very early on from Warren is that there's never a problem, there's always a solution, and you have to be creative to have that solution, to solve that. So when a client comes to us and they have a problem with their site, Cherrytree is here to help guide you and to come up with different scenarios to help come up with a solution to help you with your site. So I don't like saying no to anything. I try to take everything on and I guess give it the old college try and make sure that we are successful for our clients. So it's the value that we get is that Cherrytree's always going to come up with a creative solution to make sure your project works.
So the things that I'm most proud of at the Cherrytree Group are the people. I'll start with Melina Ambrosino. Melina joined this company and me at its inception, and she was working as an admin actually, and has risen up to become the president of this company. Jacob Vezga also joined us maybe a few years after graduating from college, but I'm looking at Jake now as someone who has been able to buy his own home. He's now engaged to be married, and so I'm very proud that through the work we've done at the Cherrytree Group, we've got employees that I consider to be family, and I think they consider me and us to be family.
Part of being with this company and having access to so much out there and productively growing and within the community that we're in, it was super important that we did things to give back, and we collaborate with our clients and our colleagues in an effort to give back to the community. So part of being a part of a nonprofit, the BCON, the Brownfields Coalition of the Northeast, something that I've been very passionate about is a scholarship, is that giving an opportunity to raise money for scholarship funding, to give back. The staff at BCON's amazing at that. The chair, my colleagues are amazing at that. We have also provided educational training when we can as a resource, as a developing leader, as a professional. We're always available. Warren has run multiple marathons, so giving back to those charities and raising money. Most recently, we raised about $30,000 for the Boston Children's Hospital, which was a passion of mine. That's something that I really want to be involved in. Around Christmas time, we give back. And we're a part of so many other organizations that also give back, so it is meaningful to be a part of those and help them out, with gifts around Christmas time and around the holidays and food banks and giving back where we can. So it's very refreshing. Not only do we work for a company where we're part of these multi-million-dollar developments, at its core, we're still giving back in this family office environment. And so we get the best of both worlds and things that really matter to us. We all have that same moral compass that really guides us to do the right thing.
The reason why you should choose the Cherrytree Group is that we've been doing this for 12 years. We have a very good track record. We've been able to structure transactions that haven't been questioned. We know what we're doing, we like what we're doing, and we're going to put in the extra effort and do whatever we can to make your transaction the best.